Hi, everyone. Welcome back to a very special episode of Teenage Therapy. I feel like it's a very therapeutic one.
Yes,
If
we are in not our usual setup,
Yeah.
if you can't tell.
if you could hear the waves, I
Can
don't
they
know if you
hear
could
the
hear.
waves
I
and
don't
stuff?
know, to be honest. Maybe slightly. If we're quiet,
That can be therapeutic for our listeners.
If you are an audio listener, this might be a good chance for you to watch the video.
yeah, you could watch it on Spotify or on YouTube or like on our social medias. Why are we at the beach though?
Yeah, why are we?
Why?
Why? Well, it's our last episode of the year.
This is our way of doing something
Yeah.
special. And we've never done something like this before, ever.
We've always wanted to, but
Yeah.
I
Never got
mean,
around to it.
It was a bit of a hassle to bring everything down here.
I think it'll be worth it,
Yeah,
though.
no, it'll be worth it.
It is really nice. I think it's a nice way to close out the year with a sunset at the beach.
Our favorite beach.
Yeah.
Our
Yes.
favorite beach. I don't know.
Laguna has always been our safe space, I
It
think.
really has.
We always want to run away here when things get rough for us.
Yeah, every time I'm like, I need a break, it's let's go to Laguna Beach and reset. So
If you're ever in SoCal, this is the beach.
the beach.
Yes, please visit.
Yeah. And so no one here knows.
I can't get over the fact that there's just people around, and they're probably wondering what the hell we're doing.
They seem pretty unbothered.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
one
right?
no one cares.
More than I thought.
It's because we're in California.
If I saw this, I would be
That's true.
staring.
I'd be like, who are they?
Yeah, what are they doing? And they
What
kind of
do they
are, but
do?
also, they're doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's on their date. Maybe they're just like, oh, they're recording a sweet little podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think with the year closing, every year we do this. We have a tradition where we just take an episode to reflect on the year behind us and the year in front of us. And
This
I
one
suppose
is
this
very
is that.
special.
it is very special.
Last year being teens.
Damn.
Next year we all
Yeah.
turn 20.
And not only that, just like so many things happened this year that I thought would never have happened, at least so soon, because I mean, again, we are just teenagers, so it's very, very crazy to think I've experienced so much with being so young. And so I just wonder what's going to happen next.
I
Yeah.
suppose it's a reflection just of our adolescence, of our coming of age, because the premise of this podcast is that it's a coming of age story told in real time. And so this is like a very big part of what it means to be coming of age finished. I mean, it's our last full year, like our last 4 years as teens. Next year we're going to be 20.
Thank you. No, I'm just kidding.
It's crazy. I never thought I would ever reach this age for some reason. Like, I just always imagined myself as a teen, like, forever.
I have mixed feelings about going into my 20s because whenever I hear, or the people that I know that are in their 20s, they say themselves like, oh, it doesn't feel like I'm in my 20s. It feels like I'm still like 18 or something. And so it's crazy to think that at which point will you start feeling like your age?
I hope we always feel 18, though. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I think we do.
I
Have you
think we do
seen
too.
like a lot of older people just say that they just feel young in an old person's body?
Yeah.
That is scary.
That's so sad.
Because your body can't catch up with your soul. And so it's...
Yeah.
That's sad.
You'll forever be stuck in this. I can't process being old. I can't imagine looking at my body and seeing it differently, seeing a mature body and remembering what it felt like to be young and have a young body, like have a young soul. Not a soul, because I think you'll always have that, but really just the
Mhm.
physicality of it, the limitations it imposes. That is scary. And I think when you're a teen, you don't really worry too much about it. And 20 is still so young, but it just feels like the first big step towards full maturity. And then, ba-doop, you know?
Yeah, and I think I just have this idea that in your 20s, your life changes just so drastically because that's when you sort of start to settle down. You know, people say like, oh, in my late 20s, that's when I want to get married, or that's when I want to have children. And it's crazy to think that I'm entering that decade where that might potentially happen. And I can't seem to picture myself just there yet.
It's a scary time, but I'm really excited. You have so much freedom. Big things are happening for you.
Well,
Yeah, it's just, I just think with every age, you start to realize more that you'll just have more responsibilities. You'll never go back to just being ignorant in a way,
yeah.
which is good and bad. But I don't know. When you start to reminisce, it's just, damn, I wish I didn't have to worry about anything. Just be a kid.
That's the biggest thing of it all, is that there are so many relationships that are only possible when you're young.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but there is the cutest little. I don't know if the camera can catch it, but there's the cutest dog ever.
I think I saw a little
Oh
glimpse
my
of
god,
it.
The nuts.
tiny, tiny and so fluffy.
Well, I hope it comes up to us.
I know.
That'd be nice. Maybe you could say
Anyway,
some words.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. Oh my
Oh, that is really cute.
god.
Oh,
That
that is
goes in my
cute.
like top 5 dogs I've
Really?
ever seen. Yeah.
That is impressive. Top 5.
And during this episode too. What a coincidence.
Maybe that's a sign.
So cute. It's a
Um,
Pomeranian.
I love. Yeah.
Okay. back
What was
to
I
that
saying?
Sorry.
Friends that you only.
Yeah, isn't that crazy that there's like so many relationship dynamics that are only possible when you're young, like friendships. Well, after college and once you enter your 20s, you spend less and less time with all of your friends. And then relationships, once you enter your 20s, there's such a different dynamic to how most people approach relationships. Now you have to worry about what are their career goals, how much income do they make, do they fit my lifestyle? And love becomes something else that isn't just two people like each other and they just see each other every once in a while. Like that's something that I think for me is the most impactful thing about my 20s, is that there's a type of love that's only achievable when you're young and in your teens. And you say goodbye to that possibility once you kind of leave that age.
Yeah. Because you could just throw yourself completely at them
Yeah.
with no fears.
Because you don't have to worry about your career, like you doing stuff. It's just fun.
I think that just comes with people. I mean, obviously, as you get older, you just want to find one person and settle down. But
yeah.
And the older you get, there becomes that, like, time limit as to when you
my
need to
God.
get married and when you need to start having kids.
yeah.
Because I do want to have kids young, but also, how is that going to fit in with everything? And am I even going to find someone in time, you know?
You know, I sometimes think that, like, and I know this sounds dramatized, but I can't help but think, what if I never find, like, a person to marry or anything? Not just marriage, or just a lifelong partner in a romantic way. Besides Thomas. But, like, you know, somebody that will truly see you, like soulmates,
Yeah.
how they talk about.
Yeah.
Will I ever find that?
Sometimes when I think of my future, I can only see myself as a single man. Like, it's hard for me to picture myself with someone. And that's probably just because I don't know who that someone is. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get married. And I don't know if I believe in... Oh my god, wait, guys. The dog might be coming towards us.
Oh my God.
Oh my god. Aw. Oh, so cute. But, you know, the plan is to have a sweet husband and a sweet loving dog and eventually kids. But I don't know where it's going to take me.
Doesn't feel like there's enough time. Like I need my 20s to last for 15 years instead of 10.
I agree. I think it feels that way, like we don't have enough time, because people make it seem that after your 20s, what do you have to look forward to, I guess, you know? They
Yeah.
just put so much emphasis and pressure on your 20s, you know, saying your 20s are the best time of your life. You can do this, you can do that. And it just seems that all you can accomplish is in your 20s. And after that, you're just living, I guess.
I feel like 20s.
It's only a big deal when you're young.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you're past the age of 30, your accomplishments are just like, oh, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're at your big age, so you're doing big things.
That's the other thing. Like, I feel. Dog.
Now they're in the
Aw, so
view.
The dog is in the shot, so you can see it. Why is it so
I hope you guys,
compressed?
I hope you
was
guys
just thinking
enjoyed that.
I was just
'cause
thinking that.
that was
They're
so
so
cute.
like,
Compressed.
yeah. I've never seen a dog like
Wow.
Oh, so cute.
Anyways,
That is really
an hour of us getting distracted.
cute. Surfer dog.
Surfer dog.
Family.
Yeah. Literally. No. What was I saying?
Um.
I was saying how things are only big when you're
Oh.
young.
That's the other thing. It's that I feel like I won't be as impressive once I reach my 20s. Because
This is our peak.
this is our peak. Because what makes me impressive is like, whoa, you're so young and doing that. But if you take away the youth, it's like, yeah, like everyone else in their 20s who's doing amazing things. Like, really, as soon as you turn 20, it seems like everyone's doing something big. So it's like, what am I doing? Am I ahead still? Am I behind now? It feels like when you turn 20, suddenly you're behind. Especially when you were, quote unquote, I guess, used to being a successful, like, teenager. You turn 20, it's like, okay, like, I'm fucking old me.
Yeah. But also, I'm just looking forward to not doing anything.
Really? What does that mean?
As in, I'm not worrying about how people are perceiving me. When I get to like that certain age where I just worry about my family or myself and I do my own thing. I don't have to worry about catering to anybody. Because right now at this age, I feel like there's so many people I just have to attend to. Sorry, guys.
And do you-
There's just so many people that I feel like I have to attend to right now. And I don't know. I can't wait for that age where it's just kind of me.
Do you think that the only way that it's possible to achieve that, you know, not caring what people think, only focusing on you, is through time and age?
I think so. I think because of college and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so restricted and I'm constantly surrounded by a specific circle of people that I'm not really able to just run away and do my own thing. And that's been getting very tempting recently. Just booking a flight somewhere and living my days out there. I just want to run away from all my problems. And I know that as I get older, the problems just get bigger.
So it's like, you keep saying like that age, you'll reach this age in your head that like everything kind of solves itself, but
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
I don't know if that's ever true.
I don't think it's true, but I'm just holding on to it.
well, why hold on to that instead of just being like, this is the year because now is now and I want to do it now and not wait to like magically reach that.
Maybe it's, I don't know. But as soon as I graduate college and get a job and have a stable financial income and everything, I think that's when I'll be able to have the freedom to do things. Whereas right now, like, I can't just run away when I don't have my degree yet. Like, I'm still in school. And then right after school, I have to get money. So I have to work. And that takes a few years.
So it never
I
happens.
I guess maybe what I'm saying is I'm looking forward to retirement.
Yeah, literally, like you're looking.
At
Yeah,
his young
I'm looking
age of
for
19, he's looking
He's ready to
forward
I can't wait to
retire and do
retire.
nothing.
I want to retire by the ripe age of 30 and
That's so funny.
do my own thing and
No, because I get you. Because
Yeah.
I get the urge to retire by like 24.
Because, I mean, nobody dreams of working,
Yeah.
you know? It's
Well,
just,
You know what? I'm not tired of working. I'm tired of being poor.
yeah.
I'm just tired of worrying about money.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping that one of the good things that will come out of growing older is reaching security and stability, because I feel like that's lacking now. And so I'm hoping, and not even just in a financial sense, I'm just overall, because I think when we're young we have so many questions about life, and I think as we get older they're not as worrisome. I think there still be questions, there'll always be questions, but I just don't think they're as pressing anymore, and you feel more calm about life.
I mean, I'm also just I am in a rush. I'm in a very big rush to
I know you are.
do everything.
I hear your plans.
Yeah. I am in a rush. And I know you're not supposed to be, because everyone tells you, like, slow down, you have time, you're good. But when I plan out what I want my life to look like, it doesn't seem like I have a lot of time. I have 9 years to, like, figure it all out. So sometimes I wonder if I'll regret not having slowed down a little bit more, or if I'll be happy that I rushed to try to do everything, assuming that I reach my goals and such. Because I would like to have, like, be financially stable by, like, 28, 29, and have a family by, like, 30. Like, that's ideal for me, to be honest. That's very ideal for me. I want that. So I guess it means I have to, like, work a lot harder when I'm young and figure it all out.
Yeah. I just wish we didn't have to work so hard.
Yeah.
Jesus, I've been working hard since first grade.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I want to reach that point where I don't have to just stress.
Where you don't have to feel like if you stop, the world is going to come crashing around you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is the worst. That, like, that really gets to me. That really gets to me. Which is what I mean by retirement. I just want to. It's crazy though. We're 19 and we're like, I wonder how I'll feel in 5 years and looking back on this.
Because it was how we were raised. We were always raised to think about money and the future.
Do more.
Mm-hmm.
To do more. This year was really good for us.
It was.
It's been a great year.
It was amazing. Is there a drone over us?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's the other angle, actually.
At the other angle, we got drone
It's
footage.
like, no way, there's a drone above us
literally.
right now. But yeah, I remember one day after the podcast, we were looking through our yearbook, and in my what's it called? Senior superlatives,
Yeah.
I think. I put a little quote, and it was something along the lines of, when I get older, I want to travel to places like New York, Paris, and I think the last one was Italy or something. And I put that when I was a senior in high school. When I put that quote, I was just like, oh, I'm going to name the places I want to go someday.
Maybe by 23, 24.
Maybe by 30. Like,
oh, shit.
Somehow, some way, I would get there. And to think that this year, I went to New York and Paris, which were the two places that I wanted to go.
So out of nowhere, too.
Yeah.
It was insane. So it's just, life is funny. It's
really
so funny.
is. It really is.
The way that worked out. And
this was a really, I feel like I will remember 19 because it was a major catalyst for me personally. I think when I look at 2022, it was a year where I got exposed to a much bigger part of the world. I feel like I gained a lot of perspective and wisdom on how to handle myself in situations that I think are only going to get more frequent as I grow older. And to experience it at such a young age, I think was a really big blessing. And I'm like you said too, I'm so thankful for everything that has happened, all the opportunities we have had, all the people that have helped us, that have uplifted us, that have done all of that. I don't know. It was a memorable year, like you said, like going to New York. And I think we talk about this all the time, but to some people, it might just seem like you just traveled to a city. Like, why is it, like, why was it so impactful? But I think the reason for me and probably for all of you is that it was the first time I had ever traveled outside the state. And it was free, and it was like I actually got to know a bigger part of the world. And like you said, people say traveling is one of the greatest things you could do to unlock new perspectives. And so to go from a family that really only went 20 minutes out of our town at most to now like 5 hours across the country, it was like a big deal for me. Just to realize how much there is. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, but it was like it made me feel like there was a lot that was possible, as cheesy as that might sound.
I was about to say that what you were saying, there's a lot out there, and I think traveling and getting exposed to all these different opportunities made me realize that I'm capable with more than I think. I sometimes in my head I just have this image of it's like, oh, you can't go to Paris and do this thing. You can't speak at this panel or whatever. And then I do it and I realize, oh, that was it.
Yeah.
I could actually do it.
Yeah.
And I think I need to realize that a lot more within myself, that I can do. It's so I can do whatever I want. Or like, but it's like it's so cheesy, but it's so true that if I really wanted something, I can get it. And a lot of times I think that only good luck and good opportunities go to rich people that are at my school, and I'm just like, oh, they're so lucky. They're so lucky. Of course they got it,
Yeah.
But I have to realize that I can also get it as well.
Yeah. I think traveling and just all the opportunities that have been able to experience just showed me that there is so much of the world to experience and so much of our life to experience. And I can't wait to meet people all across the world and try food everywhere, have memories here and there. This is only the beginning because we're only 19.
Yeah.
And so much has already happened that, I don't know. I'm really excited. And I never thought I would get to a point where life excites me, because I've never really enjoyed life for a big majority of, the years I've been alive. And I think these recent years, 18 and 19 especially, has just showed me that there is value in life, and it's worth it to just stay, even if it gets really hard.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Sorry, that sounds so cheesy, but like,
it's true though.
Whenever we start thinking too hard, everything just becomes so cheesy. But it's because cheesy things are true.
It's true. Sorry for being so sappy, but like, it's facts. I'm sorry.
it is, yeah. Just like, it's even cheesier with the ocean right in front of us.
Oh my god, please.
We think we're so
we're so groundbreaking right now.
No,
in this
no one has done
moment.
this. No one has fucking done this. I mean, doesn't matter. I think that
you guys will get it.
you'll get it.
You get it.
You'll get it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, sometimes when I think about the podcast, I'm like, wow, it is very sappy. Like, even just the fact that we started it in high school, like, damn, yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get fucking bullied for it. Because it was cheesy as fuck. But the most cheesy, corny, sappy people that just are willing to be cringy are the ones that ultimately get the attention, get the success, because
And
they're
they're
willing
always
to
the
just put
happiest.
themselves out there. Yeah. And look at us go. We were like, in retrospect, it's easy to like analyze what happened and be like, damn, like that is scary. I would never do something like that because it's scary and people are going to judge me. But in the moment, I guess we just didn't think about it too hard, which was probably our greatest strength because we were doing it.
And I think a part of that was because we were so young.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't thinking about necessarily the outcomes. We were just thinking about in the moment. And maybe I should apply that to my life now, honestly.
Yeah.
Stop thinking so much about the outcomes and results.
You know, it's funny you talk about that senior quote. If you're international, you don't know what that is.
Oh,
Our high
sorry.
school has a yearbook, and at the end, they nominate people for like most likely to be successful, best hair, best comedian, best humor, best friendship. And yeah, so Kayla and I got nominated, and in my quote, I put where do you see yourself? I forgot what it was, but essentially my answer was like about the future and like where I see myself. And I put like, oh, I'm gonna start a company. What kind? I don't know. I haven't made it yet. And it's so weird that I thought that was something that would be like years off the line. But I started a company, and I'm starting a company, and that's really weird. It's called like Astro Studios, and it's a podcast company. And I like am officially doing it. Like it's an official thing, and it's really scary. And this year has been so I almost can't wait to look back next year on this episode, because like I said, I feel like 2023 was a year of preparation. It was a year that filled me with opportunities, with connections, with meeting people, with experience. And while I may have not known why I was experiencing all of that at the time, if I think about it and if I like rationalize it, it all seems like it was pointing me to do this big thing, this big next step, which is one that I needed to take and I've been planning on taking, but I just had been too scared to do it. And this step is so scary for me because I know how much potential it has to change my life completely. Because starting a company can go two ways. Either it fails or it is just successful, like any other thing. But the amount of success it can provide, the amount of value it can provide is so gigantic that it's scary. And so, I don't know. I guess for me, feels like 2023 was a catalyst in me finally taking this giant step as I enter my 20s and I guess become like
A CEO.
a CEO.
Yeah.
Like I am.
It was a glimpse of a much bigger picture.
Yeah. It was like, this is what could be possible if you go out and do this thing.
Yeah. Also, you're referring to this year as 2023.
Was I?
Is it 2023? No,
It's 2022.
Okay.
Girl, what the
No,
fuck?
but you were referring to this year
Oh,
as
well,
2023.
My bad.
you
Sometimes
go.
I
You guys
actually
know what he meant.
I
Yeah.
actually don't think before I speak, which is why I do that.
No, but I do think your company will take off.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because, I mean, you started the podcast and you were, how old, 15?
Yeah.
Now you have so much more experience, connections, confidence. I think it'll happen.
This was a year of confidence, I think. I think it was a very big year of just developing confidence and perspective that it's possible for people like us. That's really the biggest thing. Like, people can start a company, we can travel. Like, I feel like my whole life I was limited by, no, like, booking a plane ticket is too complicated. Like, going to the
Oh my
airport is
God.
too, like, scary. I don't know how to do that. It's like, people like us don't do that because I never saw my family do it.
People always talking about, what airline do you fly?
Literally,
I
the
don't
cheapest
know.
to like.
Yeah, I mean, like, my family doesn't travel. I don't travel. And, like, that's why it was so weird, because just the simple act of traveling felt so impossible because it's an area that my family never approached. We never even got near an airport.
Yeah.
So to do something like that was honestly, like, groundbreaking for me.
I think you said it perfectly. It's just like, you never think that we can do this where we're from with the backgrounds that we have. It's like, it's just so insane.
Yeah.
And Yeah.
You know what's so crazy to think about for me? And sometimes I think about my life, and it's both so relieving yet anxiety inducing to think that I was literally born like in a small little town in Mexico with cows behind us and unpaved roads, and I somehow managed to make it to like a new country, learn a new language, and then succeed throughout poverty and a lack of mentorship, a lack of basically everything, and somehow managed to make something out of it, and to now be doing things like speaking at a prestigious event where immensely rich people are, going to dinners with like people that are literally in our government, like some of the most
Yeah.
powerful people on earth, and being just in their presence, being friends with some of them,
Talking to ex-royalty.
talking to
Oh
ex-royalty.
my
Oh my
God.
God. That is ridiculous. It is like
It's
truly.
crazy how much we've done.
Yeah.
I always forget about that.
Yeah. We like we have touched really big heights.
Yes.
It's just, I can't believe it sometimes. And so I feel very, very thankful. And I think reflecting on that hopefully gives even just all of us a little bit more confidence
Yeah.
that
and
like it's possible.
I think at the beginning of the year, I was obviously did not expect to travel anywhere. Reasons for the podcast, or travel anywhere, period.
Yeah.
But especially for the podcast, you know, because I think after our New York Times era / COVID era, I was like, okay, is this our peak?
Yeah.
Like,
That
I
was
think
good
I
to
think,
go.
I think this may be it. And so after that, I wasn't really expecting anything. And so coming into the new year, I don't know what to expect, because
We always think that the biggest thing just happened.
exactly, and then it somehow gets overdone. And so I'm going into this year with no expectations, as I usually do. And I'm hoping I'll just get surprised, because it somehow always finds a way to happen when I always think, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
It can't get any better. But you never know. You never know.
I think, although there has been a lot of progress in terms of success and status, I guess, I'm still very lost on some parts of my life. Just to keep it real, since we are talking about like all our
Of
achievements and
course.
everything. So even though we have come this far and we've done a lot of, really impressive things, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. I still struggle every day, and I think this year has been honestly kind of tough for me mentally. At least the last half of it. I just feel that obviously the podcast has done a lot of great things, but it is not easy to go on this platform and have thousands of people listen to your every word and hear about all your trials and triumphs. It's been hard, and I feel like I haven't been very vulnerable this year just because I'm still so lost in what's going on in my head. But the good thing is that every year there's always going to be a little more progress in understanding yourself. And it gets better over time. And with new experiences, you can take so much from it.
I definitely agree with you. I think this year I was feeling lost. Now that I actually
I feel like I felt more lost than
think about it,
yeah.
yeah, at times it just feels like I don't really understand myself. And so then I think, if I don't understand myself, how do I expect other people to try to understand me? And that's a scary thought, honestly, because to not know yourself is strange. Because you think that you would. But yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about I did feel lost this year. Damn.
I just never knew what I wanted
Oh my
and
god. Yeah.
who I wanted to be.
I think more recently I've been thinking about that more of who do I want to be? And that's just such a big question to ask yourself. So I know I won't get the answer now or if ever. But
yeah,
it's just,
I think that's just life.
yeah, who am I? But I just want some clarity on myself.
Yeah.
Like, who am I? What do I want? How do I get there, more importantly? But yeah.
And it's always a fluctuating thing where I'm always on top of the world when good things are happening. And as soon as one bad thing happens, I go into the spiral and everything automatically becomes worse. And I don't know if that part will ever get better. I think that might just be how it goes. But 19 has been very introspective. I think I've had a lot of time to sit with myself and figure out my wants and needs. Still not sure what that is, but I guess that's what 20 is
For.
20 is for.
Yeah.
My 20s.
20s, yes.
I feel like emotionally this year was really... There was a lot of necessary pain this year for me, I think. I experienced a lot of emotions for the first time. So I think that for me, I don't know if I felt lost per se. I think I knew where I needed to be. I knew where I needed to go, but I just didn't know how to get there, and I felt like I couldn't get there. It felt like I had lost a version of myself that I used to love and admire, and I couldn't figure out what changed in my life that made that person go away. And I think the last couple of months, I've been starting to find the answer for that, which is why I think these last 2 months have been really important for me. And combined with therapy, too, it allowed me to reflect on what I require to be at my best. And I think a lot of trust. I think I developed a lot more trust in myself this year, which is a big issue that I had been struggling with for like the last year and a half. And this year, I was able to find some of that again. And that just comes with experiencing and letting time pass. And I guess reflecting on how you dealt with things, if things did turn out okay after all. So this year was that for me. I feel like I'm ending it in a better place than I started. And I'm really excited to see what happens next year, because I
You have a lot to look forward to.
I do. I have a lot to look forward to, and I think I have a lot of healing to do. Like I said, like I'm going to therapy every week, and I'm really looking forward to spending a couple more months in that and seeing what that does for me.
Yeah. I think that's the scary thing about getting older is that you do lose parts of yourself while gaining new ones.
Yeah.
And
It's like,
that
which
is
parts do
always
you
so
want to let go of?
depressing.
What
That is
parts of
so
yourself
depressing.
do you want to let go of? And which ones do you want to hold on to? Because there's parts of our teen selves that I think are admirable, and there's parts that we have to realize aren't healthy and we need to replace. So we have to
Yeah.
figure out which ones do we want and which ones do we not.
Relationships being outgrown.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
God, I
and
think that's one of the main things too of this year is just outgrowing people in relationships, and it's so sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just as much as you want to be on the same wavelength as this one person, you just can't be, and you have to find peace in that.
it just feels like I'm always grieving something. Whether that be a relationship or like some sort of opportunity or something, it just feels like there's something missing in my life always, and I'm just going through life looking for that one thing, and to this day I haven't found it.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I used to feel that way. But recently I've been feeling the opposite of just like
Whoa.
feeling like I have everything I need to have, which is such a nice feeling to feel for once, because for so long it was just like, I don't have this though, and I don't have this, but I don't know. Recently it's been like, I have everything. Like everything is good.
That's
good
nice to hear.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
That's fine.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually, but
Yes,
I'm
we
not where I
will.
want to be right now in life, and I have to remind myself I'm only 19. I can't expect myself. I can't expect too high of myself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think going into my 20s, I just don't want to put so much expectations onto it. I know that it's a monumental thing, but I don't want to treat it like that. It's just going to be another birthday. And that's it.
Yeah.
It's weird because
I have a bad
go ahead.
I have a bad habit of building things up in my head, like really, really bad. Every single thing, I romanticize the shit out of it, and I expect so much to happen. Never gets me anywhere but disappointment.
And that's what I'm talking about. Is I don't want to go into my 20s thinking like I'm going to travel to these places, I'm going to accomplish these things, I'm going to get this job, I'm going to make this amount of money. I don't even want to set those expectations for myself.
Yeah, it's better to just go into it
Yeah.
expecting anything.
Exactly.
Embracing
I'm
everything.
open to anything that's going to happen, and I just don't want to feel discouraged if things don't go the way that I imagined.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Expect nothing.
Get everything.
Embrace everything. I think that's the word.
If you
I think
expect
so.
nothing, you can't disappoint in when things go wrong.
Oh my God, that.
Yeah, that's funny. But that's so interesting because I feel like I have the opposite, well, a contrarian viewpoint, which is just like, I am going to try to make as much as I can happen. There's a certain life I want to live, and I want to do everything I can to make sure it does. And I guess I do have expectations. I have big expectations for myself. But that's what excites me, I think. To me, it doesn't feel like pressure. It's exciting. I imagine what my life is going to look like, what it could potentially look like. And to me, that's what motivates me to do more or do this thing or do this next thing. Because I just see it all as I just want to do everything, try everything, and see where I end up. And I think doing the podcast for the past 4 years has really reinforced the idea that it's in my control. a lot of things are in my control, more than I would realize, and so I'm gonna keep doing it and trying to make this life happen.
And I think a reason why you do have these expectations for yourself and, you're excited and everything is because you know what you want, So it gives you something to actively look forward to and yearn for. Whereas Thomas and I, we don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're sort of just
again
going through the
lost.
motions.
Well-
Yeah,
Lost.
we're lost.
What do you think you want right now?
I guess that's what our 20s are for, right? I
Yeah.
feel like as soon as you graduate from high school, you just enter this new phase of what's next for me. And it's this constant question of the next thing. You know what I mean? Whereas high school, you're kind of going through the motions and you don't really have to worry about it because every day will be the same. Tomorrow will be the exact same as you expect it to be. But ever since I entered college and everything, it just feels like I'm in a competition with myself, I guess. Just always having to do this and get that. But I guess that's what getting older feels like.
Yeah, I think that's just a reality of entering the workforce or just
Adulting.
adulting. You're always going to be in competition with other people, and that's scary because I don't like competing. And I think a part of why I say I don't like competing is because I feel like I'm not up to par with everybody else,
Yeah.
and so I'm just
Always trying to
I
catch
don't
up.
like it.
I feel like I'm
Yeah.
always trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Like everyone else is so far ahead. In my head. I mean, obviously everyone is just as lost. But
Not Gael here.
Not Gael.
here.
I
Not
mean,
me, guys.
keeping it
Let's not
very
say that he
I'm lost does not feel the
too,
same.
in a way.
But for a majority of 19-year-olds, we don't know what the fuck we want. We don't know where the fuck we're going. And I think that's okay.
But the thing is, I think the reason so many of us feel lost is because we live our lives doing what we're expected to do instead of what we want to do. And I truly think it's not about I don't know what I want. I think a lot of us do. It's just
Underneath all the expectations
do.
and pressures we have.
we know what we want to do. And the way that I've always lived my life is I've never lived it the way that I was expected to. I never focused on school. I never did the career path. I didn't go to college. I totally fucking went the opposite way of everyone. And to be honest, I don't think it was bravery. I think I was too stupid to see the potential long-term consequences of my actions and the risk involved. But I feel so fulfilled and happy with my life because I look forward to every day because I never know what it's going to bring. There's never any sense of monotony and just it's the same thing. And it's like I'm expected to do this. I'm expected to go to school and then my job. It's like today could be whatever I wanted to. And that has made me so happy. And it's scary because I know as a first gen, it's like I can't afford to take such a big risk of not going to school, not getting an education. And I think for me, I guess I just didn't. I can't. It's all or nothing. I think I'm a very big risk taker, and it was all or nothing. And once I got a taste of what it felt like to just stop giving in to expectations, I could never return to that lifestyle, I suppose. So I think if you have the discipline, if you have the work ethic, take the risk and trust yourself. Do what you want.
I think that goes sorry. Go ahead.
No, go.
Oh. I think that goes back to the point I was trying to make about getting older and not having to live for everybody and attend to people's needs. Because I've done that my whole life. And to be honest, the only reason I'm in college is for my parents. And that's why I think that when I do graduate college and move on my own and everything, it'll be so liberating. Because now I just do my own thing, and all I have to all I have to think about is myself. And I just can't wait for that.
Yeah, and got how you're saying you're too. What did you're too stupid to look at the outcomes or something
Yeah.
like that? Or I think that's a big thing with us, I guess. Starting the podcast, we weren't thinking about the outcomes or anything, and then going on your own journey. And I think that's just something that I need to work on, because I think too much about the outcomes with every decision that I make, and then I start to think too negatively of it, and I start to think of the negative consequences rather than the positive, or just anything that might happen that I didn't plan for. And so I just need to stop thinking too much.
Yeah, that's what it is. When I think about making a decision, the first thing I do is romanticize the positives of it. I'm like, whoa, this could lead to this and this and this. And you just do the opposite. You're
I
like,
do the
whoa, this is going to
opposite.
lead to this. And
Yeah. Yeah, basically, I do the opposite. And so either I go the extreme opposite way, or I just try to find a middle ground.
Yeah.
But you never go through all the way. You never pursue it because we're
No.
scared.
Yeah.
I was always just, I don't know.
That's the other thing. You have so much time to restart, and I know everyone tells you that, but it just feels so good accepting it. You have so much time to restart. You could start your career at 28. I think when I see people that share their stories about, I was a fast food worker, or I was like a minimum wage worker up until I was 32, and then I went to college and I got a degree and I got this career, and now I'm like a famous fucking successful person. It's like, oh shit. If all goes to shit, I'll be fine because I just restart. I might have to make some sacrifices, like maybe I won't have a family as young as I would like. But if it means I'll be happier with my life knowing that I tried, then I don't think I'll regret that when I'm on my deathbed.
We just gotta, we just gotta
Straight
put
to the
ourselves
point.
first.
Straight to the void.
Deathbed. How scary. Death. Wow.
And it's weird that 60 years, 70 years are going to go by so quick. Right now, I'm in this moment being 19, but I'll blink and I'll be on my fucking deathbed realizing I remember when I was 19. And both of those memories are happening at the same time. But I guess
was
right now
just
we're in the
thinking
present.
that.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just hope I have more free time when I'm older, to just do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And the thing is that we kind of do have that free time now, or we have to make that time for ourselves. But since we're in college, it just feels like
it's so
we
much
only
harder.
need to put our attention on one thing, and that's college.
Yeah, that's
So that's
so
why
funny.
I'm excited to graduate already. Like, I just want to graduate so I can have all the time in the world and not have to worry about my classes and stuff, you know?
Guys,
I don't know. I feel like. Sorry.
no, go
It's harder
ahead.
for you to speak on it
I-
because you're not in college, Gael.
I think with college, it's a double-edged sword for me, at least, because a part of me does want to be there, and I do want to get my education to just prove to myself almost that, like,
that you could do it.
I did it.
Yeah.
And from a private university too, that's so well known, and one of the top schools in literally the nation. And so I just want to seize on that opportunity for myself, and a part, of course, is for my family too, like my parents. They would want me to take this opportunity. They don't tell me anything about pressuring me to stay or anything like that, so I do have freedom in that sense. But I know the happiness that they would feel if I graduated.
Right? My parents have done so much. And for me not to go to college, it would just break their hearts. I think it's a very privileged thing to say that college like, don't go to college. Like, you don't have to go to college. Because, yes, you don't have to, but when you're coming from a household who's raised on, taking every opportunity you can because they couldn't afford it, it's a lot different. You can't just say, no, I'm not going to go to college,
Yeah.
which
I agree.
is a sad
And
reality.
even in high school, like, I thought that the only way that I can get out of the circumstance that I was in, as in, like, living in an apartment, struggling with money, whatever, was through college. So I was like, well, if this is my only way out, then of course I'm going to go at it with, effort. And it worked out in the end. But now it's like, okay, working towards another goal. Because when you're younger, it's like your main thing is college, or that's what's forced on you, basically.
Yeah.
And so now I've reached that college standpoint. So now it's
The
career.
next best thing, yeah.
So now it's my career. And that's scary to think about.
I wish I was a Nepo baby.
Oh my God.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Everything
That
just
would be
handed to
amazing.
me.
God.
And the thing is,
And then complain about being a Nepo baby.
right?
I'm
You
not
don't even have to
defined
do
because I'm a
anything
Nepo
with
baby.
it. Like,
I worked hard.
I worked hard. But my kids are going to be Nepo babies.
That's
what
that's
we
what-
all say.
because it
They
is.
will.
I was talking
Would
about
you guys
this.
follow our babies?
But I was thinking about this, that with our families and generations and your parents' parents, and so on, they never had that opportunity to make something of themselves, I guess you can say. Sounds kind of wrong to say that. What's another way to word that?
I feel like you worded it
Okay,
fine.
sorry. I don't know why that
You-
felt weird to
You guys
say.
know how to take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the opportunity. And so because of that, so many generational lines have passed, and now I'm here presented with that. And I'm so lucky and like fortunate enough to have that, because now, because of me going to this college and graduating hopefully one day, now my children will be set in a way, and their children's children. And so it just takes one person and one opportunity to change the cycle of a family. And that's so crazy.
Yeah. It's scary.
Breaking the generational curse.
Literally. That's what I hope to do.
I think you got it.
I think we all do.
Yeah. I feel like we never give ourselves enough credit. We work our asses off, especially in high school, and we brush it off like it was
That's
nothing. But
true.
we were working 9 to 9, like staying the
Oh my
whole day
God.
at school, working, being part of extracurriculars and stuff, like.
And then the podcast
And
after.
the podcast.
Podcast.
Isaac falling asleep during episodes.
Oh my
That just
God.
goes to show
how
how beat we
tired
were.
and beat.
we were down.
God.
But look where we are now. So
It's paid off.
yeah.
It's paid off.
Well,
And I hope that, now 4 years down the line, I'm able to say that again. Like, oh, all this hard work, all this,
You
has
will.
just paid off.
We will be able
Yeah.
to.
yeah.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see what 2023 brings us.
You guys just have to stick around.
Yeah.
Suppose
I
that's
don't know
it.
how much longer.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
There's a possibility maybe next year this time we won't be in the same setting
That's
with
true.
the same people.
That's true. Who knows?
This podcast isn't forever, and
That's
so
so
sad.
scary.
It is sad.
Because it feels like forever. It feels like I'm always gonna be doing this.
I
but-
know, right? Oh, my God. That's how.
But it's gonna
That's
stop
how it feels.
eventually.
Yeah.
We're all gonna go on our own path at one point.
I don't know what other habit I've maintained this consistently for 4 years.
Genuinely.
Right?
This is the longest I've ever done something.
Yeah.
This consistently.
And there were so many times where it almost did not work out.
It fell
so
apart.
many times where
so many
it
times.
was going to end. So many parts where I just wanted to leave. But I'm glad I stuck around.
Yeah, we we s- we say that the experience that we've had with the podcast has been so unique. I feel so lucky because one, I feel like I trauma bonded
Oh my god. Yeah.
with all of you. Like it's the like even now it's the weirdest intimate relationship between like Thomas, Kayla, and I.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
it's
It really
it's
is.
such an interesting dynamic that
You-
like
you
why?
can't- It's too complex that to an outsider it may seem like how can you still be friends with these people?
Yeah.
You know? But it's just after you've gone through so much, it's just
It would
it's
just
just
feel
natural
weird
now.
not to.
It's natural. And yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
Who would have known this all started because Gal and I started dating.
Yeah.
That's literally how
we were
this all
all in
started.
the
Yeah.
same science class. And that's that's how we all knew each other.
So
basically.
many little butterfly effects.
Yeah. And
Sometimes I think if we hadn't gone together, would I be happier? like
Yeah.
where would I be in my life?
Yeah.
And would I be happier?
Yeah.
But I'm happy where I am, and I wouldn't change it. But you know, the thought crosses your mind.
I would like
every
to
now
see
and then,
the other
right?
futures, the other universes.
Right?
See what's going on over there, right?
yeah.
I am very excited to look back at this footage 20 years from now, 10 years from now even.
You know, I was taking pictures as we were setting up, and I was thinking one day my kids are gonna see this.
Yeah,
Aw,
that is
that's so cute.
insane. Yeah. See, this is why sometimes I'm in no rush to just fast forward. I want to know the answer. What is it going to feel like showing this to my 35-year-old self with my husband and kids?
Whoa.
Oh, God.
I can't wait.
Crazy.
I'm really excited.
I am too. I'm really excited too.
And just if you guys have been around for like the beginning, you know that I've made a lot of progress in terms of my mental health, and I've grown a lot as a person. And for me to be sitting here and saying that like I'm really excited for where life takes me, it's a really, I don't know. I never thought I would be here, and I'm just really happy that, you know, Kayla, Gael, and all of you guys have made it possible for me to have this new perspective and just to be happy to be alive and excited about it, you know?
Yeah.
You have made a lot of progress. It's actually pretty
have.
crazy to think about because sophomore year you was
Jesus.
you were a different person, and it's crazy
I was just,
that you
I was
reached
a
this
bomb
point.
waiting to go off. Like, that was horrifying.
Yeah, and I remember my journal. I think it was your birthday 2 years
Stop.
ago or something.
Every time you bring this up, I always start bawling my eyes out.
Yeah. Basically, it was like the day after your birthday party, and I wrote down in my journal, I was like, I'm glad that he was still here to celebrate with us, and it was just so sad. It's so sad and happy,
Yeah.
because when you think about it, you were so young, experiencing such intense emotions that you just didn't know how to express it. And I'm sure a lot of you now listening are going through similar things, and so if Thomas here
Yeah.
has gone through it and he's here smiling, then
Yeah.
you can too.
I believe in you guys. This has always been like the mission of the podcast. And I really do hope that we were able to make you guys feel less alone and inspire you guys, and you guys were able to take something away from it.
Mm-hmm.
I am very proud of you. I feel like I might have a complicated relationship with you, and I might despise you or hate you at times, but ultimately I am really glad you're alive and getting better with each day. Like, I remember there was this one time I was watching our like basically recap of 4 years of high school, and just seeing all the footage from you up from freshman year up until senior year. Like, I kept bawling my eyes out because I was like, I was so, like, it's just so sad to I don't know. I'm very sympathetic to all the pain that you have faced. And I'm so glad that, one, you're here, and two, you had the strength and the courage to share all of that with people, because I don't think you'll ever, and none of us will ever be able to visualize how many people we could have impacted, and the words don't get through to us the way they should sometimes, but yeah, we've done a very good thing, I think.
Methinks.
Yes, I'm very proud of us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Mission accomplished.
For real.
I think, Gael, now you're the only person I feel that I really talk to outside of, like, high school now, which is so weird to say. You're the one person that I've, maintained contact with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You of all people.
Right? Right? Like, what are the odds that we were connected since?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like through the podcast I made lifelong friends, which is so weird to say because, again, we are 19.
Yeah.
But I think, when I'm in my 30s, 40s, I'll still be friends with you both. And
Yeah.
so.
We'll always be in each other's lives.
Exactly.
I think somehow
I think so too.
we've gone too deep to
Way
little too deep.
too deep.
Yeah.
At my lowest.
And it's just, the thing is, we've shared such a unique experience that no one else we can truly like talk to and have them understand.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I suppose that is it.
I guess so.
That
It
is
is
it.
getting quite cold
It
out
is
here.
getting
Actually.
cold.
My hands are so cold.
You're gonna hear our teeth clattering.
My sniffles.
I don't even know if they can see anything.
the camera
anymore.
is
Oh, yeah.
pitch black. That sunset was beautiful,
It
though.
was
No,
really
nice.
oh my
It's like
It's
god!
like they did it just for us. Thank you, universe.
Thank you for such a
Always
pretty
so
sunset.
kind.
Yeah. So, thank you all for listening. I don't think there's much else to say besides thank you a million times over. Thank you in every possible way for listening to us, for supporting us.
We don't know you guys, but we really do love you.
Yeah.
We have a lot of love for you guys. okay?
Yeah. Like, I have so much appreciation for everyone that listens. Like, just knowing there's people that listen makes me so happy. And yeah.
I want to just get in one big group hug here.
Basically.
One
I don't know,
big
just-
group hug.
The fact that you listen and genuinely care about what we have to say is so crazy to me because we're just talking. We're just talking, basically. But I'm so glad that you find comfort in it.
Yeah.
And also, little shout out to the people that went to Spotify Lives because
Yeah.
you guys made my Sundays.
Yeah, for real.
Genuinely, I'm so glad that you guys came and took time out of your days to just hear us talk about random things, and we got to know you and you got to know us a little bit more besides, the weekly podcast.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining those.
Yeah. I'm sure we will all cross paths one day. I don't know
hope
how, but I know it'll happen. And I can't wait to meet you guys.
Yeah. If you ever see us in person, that's
Say
us.
Please say hi.
Podcast.
Say hi.
It breaks my heart every time you guys tell me like, "Oh, I saw you, but I didn't go up because I was too shy." No, please say hi.
We are not scary at all.
Yeah.
Please, no. We're more nervous than you are probably.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
But yeah, genuinely, thank you for listening, because all the things that we were listing throughout the episode of things we've done, opportunities we've had, would not have been possible if you didn't listen. So thank you.
And I know
Thank
you might
you.
be tired of hearing that, but we're gonna keep saying it. So too fucking bad.
And we love you, of course.
And we love you so much. Yeah. All right.
I think that's it.
That's it. Bye.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Love you.